So Holly here is 316 days in full. She's due in 24 days. She's doing pretty good and starting to build a bit of an udder. Still no major gains, but for her that's normal, so we're not alarmed by it. She just has a smaller udder conformation, so it doesn't tend to get too big. So again, we're just checking daily, just making sure that we're not seeing any signs of wax or sudden development, but otherwise she's just trucking along in her pregnancy, looking pretty darn good. Next up, we have Chica. She's 310 days in full. She's doing 30 days. Now, unfortunately, she doesn't have a whole lot of udder development, which is kind of alarming us a little bit. For a mare that normally builds up quite a bit and milks like a dairy cow, she's got pretty much nothing going on. So that's a little worrisome. So we're going to have our vet out to check her just to make sure that maybe she didn't slip her foal at some point, because that's always a possibility. If they lose it at a certain point in gestation, they don't actually come back and eat until the following season. So we're just going to get her checked out to make sure that she still does have a baby on board. Next up, we have Prairie. She's 200 full, due in 42 days. She's maintaining her weight really good, which is great. She can be a little bit of a hard keeper, and she is a senior. But she's doing good and starting to build a bit of an udder there. Still not a whole lot going on, but she's got just over a month to go, so that's just fine by us. We're not too worried again because she does build up a good udder, but she's not a quick to build. But when she gets it going, she has a good udder. Lots of milk for the baby. Next up, we have Holly B. She's 296 days in full, due in 44 days. She, however, gets the milk bar stocked real early. She doesn't waste any time at all, and is in full for the baby. She does go early as well, so we're going to assume that she's on track again to go early, but she's building a good udder there. She needs a little bit of an udder cleaning. She's got some dry skin that needs to come off, but otherwise she's progressing well with the pregnancy, and we're very. Then we've got Key. She's 288 days in full. She's due in 52 days. She's as big as a house. You can't really see it with her sheet on right now, but she is absolutely massive. She's a big bodied mare anyway, but she's got quite a bit of a belly. And she's got a nice udder that's started. She's got quite a bit of development. Again, she normally goes early as well, so we're kind of expecting to be on track for that. And probably pop this baby out probably around 2 weeks early. So we're just keeping an eye on her, looking for waxing and further development before we start rolling the stall at night. We have Jazz, who didn't want to get out of bed. She's 286 days in full. She's due in 54 days. She's progressing well. We're keeping an eye on her weight because we don't want her to gain too much, but at the same time, we don't want to deprive the foal of any nutrients as it's growing. But we want to try not to put any extra weight if we can help it on her feet, where she did have the anaplasmosis. She's still on Banamine twice a day and doing well with that. And she's just kind of living her best life here, enjoying a little bit of a snooze. And then we've got Emily. She's 269 days in full, due in 71 days. And she's just chowing down here. She's got no other development yet, which again, we don't expect. She's pretty early on. Still a lot of ways to go for her due date. So not a whole lot going on there, but we'll keep a close eye on her where she did go early last year. Yeah, we're making sure that we monitor her closely just in case she decides she wants to pop that baby out sooner again. And then last up, we've got Tragedy. She's 261 days in full. She's due in 79 days. And she also is maintaining her weight good this year. One of our problem child. And she didn't have a whole lot of udder development going on, maybe a little bit there. So we're keeping a close eye on her because she did sneak her baby out in the field last year on us. Early and very unexpected for showing no previous signs, so we'll be keeping a close eye on her. And as always, thanks for watching. If you have any specific questions, don't hesitate to ask. So here's a little summary for our bump date, February 18th, 2025. Again, these are the important dates. So we've got the mare's due date, how many days they're in full, how many days until they're due, and when their safe date is. So we don't currently have anyone in their safe zone yet. We're just a few days off. But everyone's progressing well, except for maybe Chica. She doesn't really have a whole lot of other development going on. And then neither do Jazz, Emmy, and Trashy, but we kind of expect that because they're not due till later. Chica's a little bit of a red flag right now because she doesn't have a whole lot going on when she probably should. So we are going to get her checked out by our vet. For weights, we had a little bit of discrepancy with the weight tapes, so we're just going to kind of put that everyone maintained and that Holly B gained. We had using a different weight tape kind of made it made some horses have some drastic drops, which we know they haven't had. So we're just going to kind of keep these as our baselines and going forward, making sure that we're using the correct weight tape to maintain, the consistency in the weights. And then for our bumps, we didn't have a whole lot of change this week. Really only Holly B, Key, Jazz, and Trashy had some gains. Everyone else maintained. Key is huge right now. She's absolutely massive. She's at 102 inches. She's got a big old belly. This is the biggest she's ever been. So she's grown up a big baby and hopefully not too big.